What up, YouTube? T Movies here, and I'm here with my main man, my main brother, I should say. Call it. Say what up, people.
What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy CJ Lopez, and welcome back to a brand new team.
Hopefully, you guys can hear that.
Sorry, y'all. We're not doing our normal setup where I'm on a computer or anything. This is going to be a bit different. I'm actually on my phone. I'm on regular phone call through my brother. Right now, I'm not able to record, or I should say, upload the videos for some reason on YouTube. Trying to see what I can do to get that fixed currently. But once that happens, we will be back in business, and I will try to bust out frequently videos as soon as possible.
Yeah, so the videos, we're gonna be doing today are the summer movie preview. Because last year, I tried to do a summer movie preview the year before, talk about early summer stuff. But it's a bit hard to talk about. I mean, we couldn't literally do a summer movie preview last year because it's hard to do a summer movie preview when was barely anything coming out because theaters closed.
Everything got.
Yeah, with theaters closed and everything. I mean, there was like Netflix stuff and whatnot, but it's a little hard to talk about them. Farther out. So yeah.
Not to mention, Netflix keeps a lot of their things super tight-lipped. So trying to find a leak of anything and then jot it down, type it out, and get it on a script, and then try to read said script. Not easy when you're trying to do a topic like that for Netflix, Hulu, Funimation, or anything like that.
Or HBO Max, whatever.
Yeah, that too. So if anything, even Peacock, I think, is also very tight-lipped. So it's not easy to do videos for those kind of places.
Yeah, well, anyway, with that being said, let's get right down to it. Alright, now, one film that I'm so much looking forward that's coming out this week, Carlos, we got In the Heights.
The Heights.
In the Heights.
Oh, In the Heights.
Yeah, it's the new musical film that's coming out from Lin-Manuel Miranda, the creator of Hamilton fame and all.
Yeah, okay.
This movie looks terrific.
Well, what I'm about to say, I'm about to get a whole lot of hate in the comments right now because I'm honestly not into musicals. Like, I don't like anything like Hairspray, High School Musical, anything like that. I'm not a fan of it. Like, I can't get into musicals. Well, I can't say that though because, like, I guess this is counted as a musical because I'm kind of into the Dependents series. Like Dependents 1, 2, and 3. But I don't know if that still counts as a musical because they're really rapping.
In the Heights, it takes place in Washington Heights, New York, where you got this, this young man named Usnavi, who wants to go, move to the Dominican Republic and all, and he owns his, his bodega that his family, left behind, and so he also helps out the Ole next door. I mean, this movie I gotta say looks fantastic. The music looks great. Anthony Ramos. You got some really cool actors involved in this. A lot of cool Latin actors. I think this could be really cool.
It's good to see a lot more Latinos and Latinas coming out into the spotlight. Me being Puerto Rican myself and everything, that's good to see. Now, I have a question about this. This sounds like it's supposed to be like a story. Is this based on a true story?
It's not based on a true story. It's based on a Broadway musical.
Okay, so this is just a Broadway thing coming to the big screen. Okay, that's cool. It was just curiosity. I'm sorry.
Yeah, anyway, other stuff out this week, we got The House Next Door, Meet the Blacks 2. We got Peter Rabbit 2 coming out.
Do I know that one? I'm trying to think.
What, Peter Rabbit?
Yeah, isn't that the one that was from Looney Tunes Back in Action?
Something like that. I mean, this summer's gonna be it's gonna be like the year of bunnies, but we'll get to that in it.
I gotcha.
Anyway, now coming out on June 16th, we got The Hitman's Wife Bodyguard. Now, this of course stars Samuel L. Jackson, Ryan Reynolds, Salma Hayek.
Ooh,
It is a follow to 2017's The Hitman's Bodyguard. This looks pretty fun. I mean, come on, you got Deadpool and Nick Fury together. What more can you ask for?
I know Ryan Reynolds. That's something that I'm going to be looking forward to just because of Deadpool. And I know a lot of people doesn't like this movie, but Green Lantern also made Ryan Reynolds a big thing for me, which that's really hard to say. And Samuel L. Jackson, honestly, I have to say, Snakes on the Plane got me into him so good. So that's going to be something I will be looking forward to.
It was pretty cool seeing a pop up in the recent Saw movie, though. I'm like,
I
whoa.
was not expecting that. Like, you don't expect the guy from Snakes on the Plane just to come out of the Star Wars or something. Well, wait, wasn't he on a couple other Star Wars films? Or am I
Oh
mistaken?
yeah, he was Mace Windu in the Star Wars films.
Okay, yeah. So I guess this is pretty much this is how do what's it called normal for him to be in a Star Wars movie.
Oh yeah, but of course he was in the recent Saw, the Saw film.
All right.
All right. Now, premiering on June 18th, we got this new film called Fatherhood coming out, which is actually a drama that stars Kevin Hart in it.
Kevin Hart in the drama.
Yeah.
Oh man, that would be one funny drama.
Now, here's what the film's about. It stars Kevin Hart, who ends up having to, take care of his daughter after his wife, after his wife ends up passing away. It's it's a really heartfelt. Like, it looks pretty heartfelt. Definitely a different Kevin Hart tale. I think it could be really intriguing.
It's going to be interesting seeing Kevin Hart out of his comfort zone. A lot of times, obviously, Kevin Hart being a professional comedian, we've always seen him in a lot of comedy movies. Even like when he didn't hit that one Netflix Black History movie, he was still funny with it. He still made jokes, even though he was trying to be serious and talk about Black history. It's going to be interesting having him step out of his comfort.
Yeah, and he is trying to do more different stuff. Like, he has that Borderlands movie coming out next year where he's not even going to be too comedic. He has this. It's really cool seeing him, shine outside of movies that also stars The Rock in them. So that's going to be cool.
Again, Borderlands, that is something that any gamer that played the Borderlands series understands the hype of this movie. Like, if they get it wrong, they're going to get raged. I am one of those gamers that will rage.
Anyway, now coming to Disney Plus that week, we got Luca. Now, Luca, of course, was supposed to go to theaters, but Disney Plus decided to scoop it up instead of going to theaters. So there's that. Anyway, now this film takes place in the beautiful seaside town of Italian Riviera. And it's a coming-of-age story about this one kid's experience experiencing an unforgettable summer filled with pasta and the scooters and all. And he shares these adventures with his new best friend, and it turns out that he's also a sea monster from another world below the surface. So like when he's on the surface, he's a regular human. When he's like in water, he's a sea monster. So yeah.
That reminds me of that one mermaid movie that came out a long time ago where the girl came out, she had legs and everything, she touches the water, she becomes a mermaid again.
Oh, Aquamarine. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, that one. Like, that's gonna be. I don't know if that's supposed to be a spin off.
No. This just like a regular Pixar film,
Either way, it's going to be an interesting fantasy movie, either way it goes.
It's like a love letter to Italy. That's what the director's been saying. But I think this could be really intriguing. By the way, I am half Italian, so there's that.
Okay, well, I'm not, like I said, it might be an interesting fantasy movie, something you want to bring your kid to, and everything, just like, nice, simple fantasy. We're gonna like fantasies.
Anyway, Also coming to Netflix, we got a movie called Good on Paper, which actually does not look good at all. So
The name of it just sounds horrible. Good on paper. For what, that's
yeah,
a phrase. That's a phrase. If it doesn't look good on paper, don't say it. That's a phrase.
yeah. But let me pull up what the film is about.
Do you have it written down or you have to go
Yeah.
online?
Here's what's about. After years of putting her career first, a stand-up comic meets a guy who seems perfect, smart, nice, successful, and is possibly too good to be true. So, yeah, I mean, the trailer, of course, released not so long ago. I like the comedic actress who stars as a lead, but this doesn't look so good.
For off record, Thomas, I'm not gonna lie, you might want to get a little bit better at reading the script. Yes, it is obvious that you read your that's one.
Yeah.
You might want to rehearse a little bit before trying to jump in front of the camera. But hey, at least it's showing
Anywho, now, Cause, I know you're gonna love this one. June 25th, Fast 9, people.
Dude, I've been watching the trailer. Oh my god! And I also saw online for this might be a major spoiler warning for a lot of people out there, so I'm not gonna do too much. But Fast and the Furious 10 is going to be the last one. It's going to be the end to the whole Fast.
Yeah, it's gonna be the end. That just like the Saw Final Chapters was the end. Yeah.
Exactly. And
So.
the best part about it, the Paul Walker's brothers, the Walker brothers, agreed to do this last one because a lot of the producers and everything all agreed that it wouldn't be the same unless you brought Brian back. So on Fast and the Furious 10, the final one, we are getting Brian O'Connor back for the final time for the final movie. So this is going to be very heart touching to a lot of Fast and the Furious family. I know for me, Fast 8, Furious 8, that made me a bit bipolar. Because some of it I wanted to cry, and other parts I was like, yeah, get them. So I know Fast and Furious 10 is going to be a very heartbreaking moment for me and a bunch of other people who grew up with Fast and Furious. Thomas, what's your thoughts about it? How are you going to feel about Fast and the Furious 9 and 10?
It's gonna be heartfelt. I mean, I know they're gonna be doing some crazy stuff. I mean, I'm not even joking. Fast 9 literally has them going into space. It's in the trailer, so yeah. But
alright, this is a little bit going to be a little bit personal, Thomas. If you don't want to answer, that's fine. But if I remember correctly, when we were younger, you were such a Paul Walker fan. You even tried to write a couple of stuff to him. And
oh yeah, I love Paul Walker. I thought the dude was great.
So my question to you is, obviously we all know Paul Walker has done more than just Fast and the Furious. He played in a whole lot of good.
Oh yeah, Into the Blue, Varsity Blue.
Yeah, exactly. So
the favorite color was blue.
For you, Thomas, being such a Paul Walker fan that you have been, seeing Paul Walker in a film for the final time, Brian O'Connor, Paul Walker's character, how does that make you feel personally?
It's gonna be heartfelt. Yeah. It's gonna be like seeing, Robin Williams back on screen. It's really heartfelt.
So is it going to be the same as are you going to feel the same about it, seeing Brian O'Connor?
Yeah.
And Paul Walker just computer animated from his two brothers?
Yeah, I mean, as long as the family's okay with it, then perfect. If they decide not to be okay with it, then I wouldn't be okay with it.
Okay, so final question, and this one you really don't have to answer if you do not want to. But obviously, before Paul Walker passed, he already said if he ever passed away, he does not want this film to carry on anymore. He wants to be put in the grave with him. How do you feel personally that they are technically going against his own wishes and continue, even though they're trying to respect him and bring him back, at least his character back, for the final film?
I don't know. We'll see what goes on.
Thank you, Thomas, for answering all my questions.
Anywho, Now on all right now June 30th is actually my anticipated film of coming out this summer, and it's a movie called Zola. One, it's A24, so that has me intrigued because I love that company. Uh, and here's what it's a wild ride. I mean, I'm not even joking. This movie is literally based on a Twitter thread.
Wait, what?
Yeah, it's actually a story that was found on a Twitter thread. Here's what it's about.
Somebody literally read a tweet on somebody's post and made a movie about it.
Yep.
Whoever, if that person is watching this video now or in the nearby future, even 5 years from now, whoever made that, the person who made that tweet, you are about to be famous.
Anyway, here's what it's about. Zola, a Detroit waitress, is seduced into a weekend of stripping in Florida for quick cash, but the trip becomes a sleepless 48-hour odyssey involving a nefarious friend, her pimp, and her idiot boyfriend.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie. I know you wrote that down because that's what the cast put up, but can you give me a better summary of it at least so I could? But I did not really understand too much. All I know is Pimp and Idiot Boyfriend is supposed to be part of the.
Well, let me just say, it's a wild ride. You want me to repeat the wording again?
No. I understand what you read because that's what the producers put out. Because I know how you do this. You read a bunch of articles, like you zoom through different websites, and then you read everything, then you put it up in one brief summary. But I just need you to make a better summary at least from my sake, so I can get more untuned.
Well, like I said, it's about this waitress who ends up, going to Florida to become a stripper and all, with her, friend, and so like they decide to take a wild, road trip, for like a 48 hours, and people on their tail includes like her pimp boyfriend and whatnot.
Okay.
So yeah, they're pretty much it's filled with they're trying to get cash, drugs and stuff like that.
Okay, so I don't want to get any hate for this, but for some reason this sounds really close to two films that Jennifer Lopez played. One of them being her with a stripper and got out and being stripping and got her friend, and they started going to bar, getting drunk, got drunk, got money off of them, and another film that she made, Enough. So this sounds like, so that's basically what this is, two Jennifer Lopez movies in one movie.
Yeah, I'll say more like the movie Spring Breakers in a way.
Okay. All right, see, now that got me. So at least now I understand, and hopefully your viewers understand a bit more about this movie. So,
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I mean, I'm not saying that it's like Spring Breakers because it is from the same. I guess you could say it's a bit like Spring Breakers because it is from the same company that did Spring Breakers. So there's that.
Okay. Well, just sticking to the roots.
I mean, if you guys have not seen Spring Breakers, that movie is awesome.
I'm not gonna lie, I've never seen it.
Yeah, it has like Selena Gomez in it, Vanessa Hudgens, very different, not Disney fare. So yeah.
Well, we're not talking about Spring Breakers. So
Yeah,
we're get off
we already
that
talked
one.
about that in 2013. So
Yeah, so if
Anywho.
you don't want to see that one, check out that video. Thomas, try to link that video in the description.
all right. Anyway, now coming in July. All right, July 2nd, we got the Forever Purge.
Brace yourselves, everybody. Another Purge movie.
Yeah, they say it's the final Purge movie, but let's be for real. It's gonna make some money, and it's not gonna be the final.
Top of that, like a lot of people relate to the Purge. Like if you see TikTok, there's so many TikToks out there saying like, if the Purge was real, what would you do? And then there's a guy saying that he would kill the person that made the song. What was it? Well, I can't remember. But again, the Purge is a very popular thing. Like it has TikToks, YouTube videos, bunch of stuff. So a lot of people relate to the Purge as well because that's something that people would do if crime was down for 24 hours.
And we actually saw the first Purge back in 2013 together. Remember, Carlos?
Yeah, Yeah, actually, I do remember. I actually liked the first Purge. That's the thing. It's just the other purges that came after that and didn't really settle too well with me. Like the first
Yeah.
Purge, that was perfect. That was great. I loved it. Like it really based the Purge what it was supposed to be. A lot of people was able to get violence out of their system, did the things that they wanted to do legally, technically, and yeah, like it was a good movie, but the others that you followed it wasn't the best to me. So I'm hope so. I do have high hopes that this one is going to be the better Purge.
Yeah, and the TV show wasn't so bad either. Like they did do a show with the Purge. It was actually not so bad.
It wasn't good, but yeah, I give it credit. I give credit where credit is due. It wasn't bad. I enjoyed watching it. I wouldn't say I'm a fan, but when it was on Netflix and watched it on Netflix and all, like I really into it. I was intrigued.
All right, now also at that day we got the Boss Baby 2 Family Business.
All right, everybody, brace yourselves for another Boss Baby. We had the first one, we had that little thing that we had on Netflix with it. Now we got an actual second movie.
Yeah, now granted, this is actually coming to both Deers and Peacock on the same day, so there's that.
Now this brings question. After having the first Boss Baby, then Boss Baby having their own little thing, their own little TV show on Netflix for a little bit, and now having another movie, is Boss Baby about to become a series, or is they just going to keep going with it until they start making money and then just cut it?
Maybe. I mean, this could become like I don't know the next Shrek or Toy Story in a way, but
That's
we'll see.
actually what I'm thinking. That's actually my thought now. Is it going to be like a Shrek or a Toy Story series that basically goes on? Because Toy Story has been around since I was a kid, since you were a kid.
1995. He wasn't even born when the first one got released.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But still, like, so that doesn't bring question though. Like, are they trying to make the Boss Baby like that, or is it just because it's such a popular show? People
Let's be for real. It's not as popular as Toy Story or Shrek. Let's be for real right there.
Yeah,
Right.
obviously. But as all good things, those two came to their end, sadly.
Yeah. Well, now in the sequel, this is actually a really cool summary. Now adults, Theodore Templeton and his estranged brother take a magical formula that transforms them into babies for 48 hours. Together, they must now go undercover to prevent an evil genius from turning fellow toddlers into monstrous brats. And Alec Baldwin, of course, voices the Boss Baby. Alec Baldwin, I love this dude. You know, of course, he played, Trump on SNL. He's done Dirty Rock. He is the man. I love it when he plays these type of characters, and he was good in the first film. So, go figure.
I'm not gonna lie, I've never seen the first Boss Baby movie. I've seen a little bit on Netflix because my daughter likes to watch it here and there, but like for what it seems, I don't know any of the voice actors. I don't know if any other movies that they played in, but yeah, it's intriguing. It's interesting.
All right, now coming to Hulu and Deers at that on that day, we got a documentary called Summer of Soul. It's
Another documentary.
Well, it's like over the course of 6 weeks during the summer 1969, thousands of people attend the Harlem Cultural Festival to celebrate Black history, culture, music, and fashion.
I'm not gonna lie. For some reason, when you said Hollow, my mind automatically went to the anime Bleach. So
No, I said Harlem,
Oh, Harlem. All
Yeah.
right, cool.
like Harlem, New York.
Forget what I said then. Ignore that.
Yes.
Are you going to edit any of this and edit that part out, or you're just going to keep it there to make everybody laugh?
No, I'll try that.
Okay, cool.
Anyway, it features like concerts from the from that era in the '60s, including Stevie Wonder, loads of other folks from the '60s. So pretty cool right there.
Stevie Wonder is a good guy, yeah.
All right, now coming to Amazon, we got the Tomorrow War. Now, the Tomorrow War, of course, stars Guardians of the Galaxy star Chris Pratt, and it's about A man who is drifted to fight in the future war where the fate of humanity relies on his ability to confront his past. So pretty much people from the past are essentially like the future and to fight aliens. It looks really cool. Amazon's been killing it in the film genre business, so could be cool, I guess.
Uh, who doesn't like aliens, right? Who doesn't like people shooting aliens or zombies? So it could be cool. Hopefully, it's an action movie.
It is.
Okay, better, yeah.
All right, now another film coming out on Netflix. We got Fear Street, the Fear Street saga. Now there's actually a whole trilogy that's all going to be premiering in July. Fear Street Part 1, 1994, premieres July 2nd. Then Fear Street Part 2 premieres 1978, premieres July 9th. While the third one actually premieres, so we're just killing two birds with one stone. So we don't have to go to the list and talk about them separate. And on July 16th, we got Fear Street Part 3, 1666. Now, these movies are actually based on, they're actually based on a book from Goosebumps R.L. Stein. And this looks pretty cool. I mean, the trailer actually just, dropped, the new trailer actually just dropped today. And it looks really creepy. I mean, there is of course some kills that happens in this. Kaz, have you ever read the Fear Street novels?
I have not, but I'm pretty sure I've seen at least one of them with either you or our father. So I know there's a lot of people out there who love the Fear Street, so having it in a trilogy all coming out, that should be fun for a lot of people.
Yeah, I do love the horror genre. I love the slasher films, and this definitely looks like up my alley, so could be intriguing.
I like horror movies, I like really horror movies. If you've been following us from the beginning, there was one video on T Movies, check it out, where we actually talked about Insidious and everything. And honestly, I'm a big fan of the Conjuring series, and Insidious is part of the Conjuring series. So I'm a big fan of horror movies. So this sounds a bit more up my alley.
All right. Now, July 9th coming to both Disney Plus and theirs on the exact same day. Although with the Disney Plus, it's the Premier Access, so you're actually gonna have, despite you already having Disney Plus, you're still gonna have to pay for this. So, but you'll still be able to see it theaters if you need to.
Sadly, honestly, I'll probably just go to theaters for this one.
Yeah. And we've been waiting for this movie since last year. Let's be fair, and that is Marvel's Black Widow.
Dude, alright. For every Black Widow out there, and I'm a fan out there, and I'm meaning this mainly towards the female fans of Black Widow, this is going to be amazing. Having a whole movie of just Black Widow, obviously we've only seen her in Avengers, but them giving her own movie is very fitting. We've seen every cast of the Avengers have their own movie. Captain America had his own movie. Iron Man, Thor. I don't think Hawkeye actually.
We did. No, we're not having a Hawkeye spin-off movie though, but there is a Hawkeye series coming soon. So
we'll be talking about that in a later film, in a later video. But like I said, it's going to be amazing seeing her in her own film. Obviously, since we've never seen a Black Widow film, we're going to see an origin. This is going to be an origin of her. And if we get to know, we might see a part 2 of more Black Widow. Because obviously, I'm a comic book fan. Y'all know
yeah,
this.
And a spoiler for Avengers Endgame. If you guys have not seen it, last Avengers movie, pause it. Then of course, the movie's been out for a while, but still.
I'm pretty sure everybody's seen it by now.
Yeah, I'm sure everyone has seen it. But if you guys don't remember,
Disney Plus, you've seen it.
Yep. So if you guys don't remember, Black Widow technically died. So if you guys want like do another Black Widow film, it has to like take place before Endgame, obviously. But
So that's why we're gonna get like her as a child and everything being neglected. Again, I'm not trying to spoil too much, but again, of course, I've read the comics of every arc or universe of every Black Widow. So obviously, we all know she's going to be in that Russian point where she was literally every agent, a double agent, a double crossing agent, and then eventually was put on a straight path, became and instead of fighting for herself and um, stealing, kind of, she wasn't really much of a thief, but she did steal a couple comics. Obviously, this is going to be more of that. So before any critics try to judge this movie really hard, just try to keep that in mind. This is going to be well before any of the Avengers, technically, because we're going to be seeing her as a child coming up. So, try to keep
yeah,
that in mind.
and also we've been waiting, and Carlos, we've been waiting for this movie since last year. Like, of course, the movie was supposed to come out in May of last year because of the pandemic. They ended up delaying it over and over, and now it's finally coming out this week or this month.
And it's also a movie that me and my brother wanted to make a video of, but we never had the chance. So it's fitting that me and him sit down and talk about it now. And definitely me being a comic book fan, I'd like to go pretty much in depth of these, but I don't try to go too long with the description of said comic or movie.
And Carlos, it is insane to believe that we have not had a MCU movie since 2019 Spider-Man Far From Home. It is insane. It's been that long.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like the pandemic held a lot, but the fact that we get to see it now has just been a long time coming.
Yeah, I mean, of course we've been having like Disney Plus Marvel shows like WandaVision and stuff like that, but at least we are getting some Marvel content now. So we got Shang-Chi coming out, we got Eternals. Marvel's really killing it now.
And this is their time to make that comeback. The fact that now everybody's getting vaccinated. I know I got my Johnson & Johnson shot today and everything that. So, yeah, this is the time for Marvel to make a comeback. The vaccines are all out. COVID is slowly, finally coming to an end. We're able to get back to our normal life. I know a lot of people are eager to finally step out of their houses, go out, hang out with their friends, even just go to a basic place and get a coffee, whether it's Starbucks or your local cafe. So stuff like movies like this is their time to make their shine.
All right, now coming on July 16th, are you into basketball, Carlos?
Oh, guys.
We know where we're getting with this one. Are you a fan of basketball? Are you a fan of LeBron James, Bugs Bunny, Space Jam, A New Legacy?
Well, here we are, everybody. Space Jam is back. This time we have a new star in it. LeBron James. Come on, everybody. This is going to be great. But don't get me twisted. I'm not that fan of his. I'm more of a I'm more of a Heat fan and a Bulls fan. But hey, LeBron, though, I give him my credit. Like, LeBron is an amazing basketball player, and to see him on a show like this, that's supposed to be like, I want to say comedy, but not too much comedy.
Oh man, let me just say, Space Jam: A New Legacy features loads of cool characters in it. Not just Bugs Bunny or anything. I'm not even joking. We are literally gonna be getting the mask, Pennywise the Clown. Yeah. We don't have Pepe Le Pew in this, but for some reason they decided it was okay to add actual rapists from A Clockwork Orange in this. So yeah, they get rid of a skunk but add actual rapists. Perfect choice, people.
This is going to be funny because I know there's a lot of people out there who don't like clowns, even if it's just on a movie. So if you don't like clowns and you don't watch it,
that's at the start, man. classic cartoon characters like the Flintstones are featured in this. Scooby Doo, Jetsons. I mean, King Kong. We just saw the trailer where King Kong and the Iron Giant are bumping fists. Awesome, right there.
Oh my god. Those are two my growing up. Iron Giant has been my favorite movie. Like, I'm going to sound old, Chris, but I had Iron Giant on VHS when VHS was still a thing.
Yeah, back in my days, kids, we had something called a VHS tape.
I'm 23 and I'm actually able to say that. Right, that's crazy.
But man, I love the first Space Jam, so looking forward to check this new one out.
Well, that's the thing, though. A lot of people, the first Space Jam movie was heavily criticized, obviously. A lot of people didn't like it. Like, if you've seen YouTube and you like that YouTube channel, Epic Rap Battles of History, you've seen where they put Michael Jordan against Muhammad Ali, and and I'm gonna quote what he said in his rap in the video, that his rhymes sucked more than Space Jam's did. So I know a lot of people did not like Space Jam. That's a very, very criticized movie growing up. But I loved it. So this Space Jam's movie, I'm definitely going to see. Definitely with all the characters that my brother has mentioned, this is going to be so much different than the first Space Jam.
Yeah, I mean, we're also getting the Joker in this too, by the way. Like, we're getting a DC stuff on properties, so.
So obviously, anything that's owned, obviously Wonder Brothers own these characters. So obviously, they're going to bring all the Wonder Brothers characters into this movie. And that yes includes.
Yeah, and I know there's been so much controversy about Lil Bunny, like they're not really setting her up anymore. But hey, come on, if your problem is, if you're upset about them, making a cartoon rabbit literally not hot, you guys got problems, seriously.
Like, I'm sorry, I'm not a furry. Like, I know that's an actual thing, people liking watching animals and everything in that type of way. But come on, let's just remember, before all of this, Looney Tunes was a violent kid show, but it was still a kids show. So let's just try to keep that mindset as we think about this. Like, this is not supposed to be an X-rated or rated R movie. This is something that you want your kids to see. So think about it. Would you really want your daughter walking a bunny, getting all sketched up, and then your daughter wanting to look like that?
Yeah.
So
Anywho.
think about it.
Alright, now coming to Netflix that week, we got a movie called Gunpowder Milkshake. To protect an 8-year-old girl, a dangerous assassin reunites with her mother and her lethal associates to take down a ruthless crime syndicate and its army of henchmen.
Okay, I'm sorry. When you say that name, Gunpowder Milkshake?
Yeah, the name's weird, but it actually looks really cool. It's an interesting action movie here, so.
That's literally the epitome. Do not judge the book by its cover, because when you first hear that, you're thinking they're gonna make a milkshake out of gunpowder.
Nah. Anyway. Netflix has been killing it in the action genre, so maybe it could work. Maybe it could be like the Old Guard or Extraction, who knows, but it could be a train.
We need to find out.
Alright, also at that week, we got Escape Room 2 Tournament of Champions. Did you see the first Escape Room, Carlos?
No, but I've heard a lot about it.
Yeah, it was like a PG-13 version of Saw. I'll put it that way.
I figured as much. The name Escape Room? Come on now.
Yeah, the first one was good. The sequel looks pretty decent. This time they take place in New York City, a horror film that takes place in New York. Sign me up there. So, it'll be interesting.
It is home for both of us, the fact that we grew up in New York, so that's going to be fun to see. I wonder where they're going to do it. Like, there's so many places where you can make a movie like that.
Yeah, remember, Jason once took Manhattan.
Yes. Yeah, I remember Jason in Manhattan. Oh, God.
Even though they didn't get you Manhattan until like towards the end of the movie.
That still made no sense to me. But again, we're not talking about.
Yeah, we'll talk about an 80s horror movie down the line, but anywho. Also out that week, we got a movie called Die in a Gunfight. about an old man and his old flame cross paths with an assortment of schemers and killers.
So let me guess, does he die in a gunfight?
I guess so. Definitely has a bit of a Bonnie and Clyde feel to it. So if it's anything like Bonnie and Clyde, maybe it'll end up like Bonnie and Clyde. Who knows? But sounds like it'd be cool.
Okay, well, again, one of those movies that you just have to see to judge, I guess. I don't know.
Anyway, also at that week, there's like a documentary about Anthony Bourdain, who was like this famed chef. Tragically passed away. This looks really intriguing. I never really watched like Anthony Bourdain stuff, but I always do like me a fascinating documentary like this. And it's from the same guy who gave us the. It's from the same director who gave us the Mister Rogers documentary, "Won't You Be My Neighbor?" So that has to go for it. Looks intriguing.
I'm not really into documentaries, but I always found them boring. But hey, they could be good. I'm open-minded.
Also, July 21st, we got Troll Hunters Rise of the Titans. So, if you're a fan of this Troll Hunters on Netflix, there you go.
Troll Hunters, I'm not gonna lie. At first, it seemed dumb, but when watching it with my daughter and my baby mother, it was good. It was honestly good. It was really good. So having a sequel, it's gonna be. I have high hopes for it.
All right, now also coming to July 23rd, we got Snake Eyes, a GI Joe Origins.
Okay, now G.I. Joe, I love G.I. Joe. I love the original G.I. Joe, the very first one that came out before even I was born. I liked the new animated one, then the movie. I actually have the movie that has both of them. So this one right here is going to be interesting and everything. I'm not going to say what's about to be because my brother's about to say it for y'all, but so G.I. Joe is going to be great.
Yeah, this quest stars Henry Golding, who was really good in Crazy Rich Asians. He was good in The Gentleman. Nice to see him taking on an actually like this. I think he should be our next James Bond, to be honest with you. I mean, he will, of course, be the first Asian Bond, so that will be cool. But anyway, yeah, I think this looks really intriguing. So hopefully it'll be something. I do quite like the G.I. Joe movies that got released. They did not get much love. Of course, Retaliation, which had Dwayne Johnson in it, was pretty good. So Snake Eyes could be cool.
I'm not gonna lie, like I'm actually gonna have to grab my case for this, but the first G.I. Joe, Rise of the Cobra, like I loved it. I loved the main actor. I loved him in White House Down. I loved him in what was the
Magic Mike.
No, I never seen. I would never watch a Magic Mike. I'm not trying to get any heat.
Oh, 21 Jump Street?
Yeah, 21 Jump Street was another one, yup. Like, either way, he was just, I just love him, period. Like my brother said, the last G.I. Joe when I hated that they killed him off so early into the movie and then just had Dwayne The Rock Johnson take the lead and everything. I wasn't too much of a fan of that, but no matter what, I loved the movie. G.I. Joe is a really good series, and I'm glad that it's not dying off. For a lot of people who may not know, though, yes, he's not coming back in this one. This one is just mainly focused around Snake Eyes.
Yeah. All right. Also coming out that day on July 23rd is a horror film that actually looks really intriguing. It's a horror movie simply titled Old. Now, here's what this is about. It's a thriller about a family on a tropical holiday on this beach, who discover that the secluded beach where they all relax for a few hours is somehow causing them to age rapidly and reducing their entire lives into a single day. Like you'll see in the trailer, like this parents' kids ends up going like down far out on the beach. Then when they end up coming back, they actually are a little older now than you expect. So yeah, this beach causes them to pretty much age quickly.
For some reason, and this is going to sound really weird, and anybody who watches anime, you're going to agree with me. This probably doesn't sound anything like this, but Thomas, have you ever heard of an anime called Doctor Stone?
No.
Well, basically, it's an anime where everybody in the 21st century gets turned into stone by a magic appearing light that just develops the entire Earth, and the whole Earth develops into stone. And so every human being is is stonified, except for the animals in Earth. Somehow they're able to live, and everybody that was in space. But eventually, about 500 years go by, and one kid from Japan, a teenager, is able to come out of it because he's supposed to be a genius. I want you to understand this. He's supposed to be this genius kid who and the whole time that he was stonified, he just kept counting to keep his brain going, and he eventually breaks out of the stone and finds a way to bring some people back from stone. And right now, he's going to war with a bunch of people. We're not going to get into that. But at the end of what I'm trying to say is, this sounds similar like that. Obviously, people are not getting turned into stone, but having people age, that kind of brings that to me in some weird way.
Yeah, but now this film is actually directed by M. Night Shyamalan, who, of course, had his hits and misses. Like, he, of course, gave us classic movies such as The Sixth Sense, Signs, Unbreakable, but then he went downhill. His other credits after those movies included Lady in the Water. He also did The Village, but The Village didn't get as much hate. But, he did Lady in the Water. He gave us The Happening. Remember that tree movie? Oh boy. He also, God help us all, he gave us The Last Airbender.
Of course, Last Airbender, everybody hated it.
Yeah. Then he gave us After Earth, which was also.
Again, people who actually like that movie, I'm sorry, but it was just.
But then he did this little movie, his name was so laughable until he did this little movie called The Visit. When that first came out, I'm like, okay, is M. Night Shyamalan going back to his old roots or what? The Visit was a terrific little film. I thought The Visit was his best work in years. Then he did Split, which was pretty good. Then Glass, and I'm like, okay, he's definitely back. So hopefully this could be more his comebacks and not movies like The Happening. So.
I know Split, that movie, a lot of people talk about mainly because of the psychological aspect of it. So I know that part right there caught a lot of people's eye. So.
Yeah. Anyway, also at that week we got Hotel Transylvania, Transformania.
So in other words, we got a fourth Hotel Transylvania.
Yeah.
So if you, your kids, or your entire family love that movie, here's something that you like.
Oh, and for fans of Adam Sandler, just to let you know, he is not returning for this. Yeah, I literally thought he was returning, but it turns out it's a different actor voicing the character. So the character Drax.
I love Adam Sandler as the voice of Drax, so it's gonna be sad not seeing him.
Yeah, but this guy who's actually voicing Drax, by the way, his name is Brian Hall. The dude is great with voices. He does these drive-through videos where he goes through a drive-through, but as if he's his characters and all. He's done he's done imitations of Shrek, Donkey. He's done imitations of Mickey Mouse. If they do another Shrek movie and they don't get Eddie Murphy back as the donkey, you won't actually notice Eddie Murphy not as a role anymore. This guy does voices just perfectly, So I think, I bet a lot of people, when people see this movie, they're gonna be like, "Hey, is Adam Sandler still in this?" So.
I'm not gonna lie, that right there gave me a Gabriel Iglesias vibe.
Oh yeah, by the way, Gabriel Iglesias is Speed Gonzalez in the new Space Jam. I just want to throw that out there.
Oh my God, yes! I'm sorry, I had to try to do one of his jokes that was horrible. I'm sorry.
Anyway, another film that week, we got a movie titled Joe Bell, which stars Mark Wahlberg in it. And Joe Bell actually looks, I should say, sounds intriguing. They haven't dropped the trailer yet, but It's about Joe Bell who walks from La Grande, Oregon, to New York State to pay tribute to his son Jaden, a gay teen who committed suicide after being bullied.
Oh God, God bless him. And not to mention, we're dropping this during Pride Month.
This comes out in July, so that's a month after Pride, but still.
But still, we're making this video during
Oh
Pride.
yeah. Which, by the way, I am doing my reviews for LGBTQ films, so you can look out for those videos. But
Dude, I am a big LGBT supporter, bro. Like, I got my flag and everything, so. Ooh.
yeah, I mean, I haven't seen a trailer or anything, but it does sound pretty heartwarming.
Yeah, like, definitely to any person out there who supports that, like, I have so many friends that is all of those and everything. One of them, I'm supporting him all the way. He's about to get a sex change and everything. I'm all for him. I've been one of his biggest supporters, and I can't wait when he does it. We're gonna celebrate.
All right.
That's a serious thing for a lot of people.
All right. We also coming out that day. We got a movie called The Last Love Letter. Wait, The Last Letter from Your Lover. The name's a little tongue twister. But anyway, here's what it's about. After finding a trove of love letters from the 1960s, a journalist sets out to solve the mystery of a secret affair. So the movie takes place in both modern times and the 60s, so pretty cool right there. Looks pretty intriguing. You got Shailene Woodley, Felicity Jones. I like those two, so.
I'm not going to lie. For some reason, again, here we go again. Like I said with the whole Dr. Stone thing with that movie Old, this right here for some reason gives me the same feeling or at least vibe as that one movie where like everybody forgot who the Beatles were and this dude was the only person who did.
Oh, yesterday. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. For some reason, this gives me that vibe.
Alright, now, July 30th, speaking of Dwayne Johnson, we got Jungle Cruise.
Oh, brother.
Another movie where Dwayne Johnson is in the jungle. Go figure there. It looks pretty cool, based on a Disneyland ride, so interesting.
I'm not gonna lie. At this point, they should just make a Tarzan movie with him.
Yeah, I mean, heck, next year he's going to be voicing Crypto the Superdog, and he's playing Black Adam in the same year, so cool.
That'll be for a later video, but still, that's gonna be funny.
I mean, I love Dwayne Johnson. The guy is the man. So.
Oh man, Dwayne. Oh. I'm a big fan of him and Vin Diesel.
All right. Also, at that week we got the movie Stillwater coming out, which stars Matt Damon in it. It's about this oil rig roughneck who travels to France to visit his estranged daughter, who's in prison for a murder that she claims she didn't commit, and he has to confront language barriers and cultural differences, and try to get his daughter out of prison because she pretty sure she did not do that stuff. But it looks intriguing. Matt Damon I love, so it could be cool.
Yeah, and one of those things that a lot of people are going to feel a bit too close to home to. Definitely, recent culture differences.
Alright. Also at that week, we got a movie called The Green Knight about the headstrong nephew of King Arthur who embarks on a daring quest to confront the Green Knight.
I'm not gonna lie, man. This title should go to like a Red Robin. I mean, not Red Robin. A Robin Hood movie or a Green Arrow movie. That name's something more fitting for one of those.
Yeah, of course this is from A24, and that's one of my favorite companies right now. So, I mean, they did Spring Breakers. They got that movie Zola that we just talked about.
Yeah.
A24 is one of the best right there. So,
I know right now they're the talk of the.
Oh yeah.
I don't want to say the town, but their name has been thrown everywhere.
Yeah, I mean, A24 has done work with some great actors too. Adam Sandler in Uncut Gems. Lady Bird, Midsommar, some really good stuff.
They have some really, really big names in their corner, so yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, all right. Now coming on August 6th, the Suicide Squad.
Huh?
The Suicide Squad.
Oh, yeah. Again, this is gonna come out to. Oh, sorry guys, I got gas and trapped in my chest. Sorry about that. But like I was about to say, um, if you're a comic book lover like me and you follow a YouTube channel called Variant, you already heard some of this from the comic book Suicide Squad, where there's a whole different um, people that's in it, different villains and all. This is supposed to be completely like that. So if you already started reading the new Suicide Squad comic or started watching Variant, then you probably already know the cast that's going to the people that we're going to be seeing it. But I can guarantee the movie is not going to be like the comic. It's
Yeah,
going to
you
be
know, we actually got John Cena in this, by the way,
so,
playing
yeah.
Peacemaker.
Yeah, that's what I figured. John Cena. Like, the minute you said John Cena, I automatically assumed Peacemaker. So, but
Yeah, I mean, of course, this is directed by James Gunn, who gave us Guardians of the Galaxy. I mean, I love James Gunn, so anything he's working on, I'll just watch in a heartbeat. You got Margot Robbie coming back as Harley Quinn. King Shark is in this. Can't wait.
yeah. So like I said, if y'all already seen, read the comic or at least seen some YouTubers out there who's already talked about it, obviously you already know what's going on, and it's going to be cool seeing them actually moving, because a lot of people don't read comics, obviously. They rather watch the movie. So it's going to be great watching this. I'm going to enjoy it, because obviously I've already been reading the comic online. So I pretty much already know something. But obviously, here's the thing: it's a movie. They have to try to summarize a lot of the comic that's already clean and what's coming, and shorten it enough to be in the movie. So do not have hopes that it's going to be like the comic. Is what I'm trying to say.
All right, now also at that day is a very interesting sounding film. It's simply called John and the Hoe.
John
All right.
and the Hole.
Yeah, here's what this movie is about. I didn't really knew much about this film until I saw some sort of some sort of synopsis for this. We haven't got a trailer yet, but I'm kind of intrigued to check that trailer out when it premieres. But here's what it's about. John the Hoe is a coming of age psychological thriller that plays out the unsettling reality of this kid who holds his family captive in a hole in the ground. He's a nutty kid who traps his family in a hole.
I'm not gonna lie, I was going to ask you, there's a movie about a guy named John being trapped in a hole, but you just said a guy named John
A kid.
and trapped his family in a hole.
Yeah, a kid, not just like a random stranger. Their son and a brother.
Oh, this is bringing Bad Bloods. Is that the movie that I'm thinking about where there's the evil version of Superman?
I guess.
I can't remember it. Dang. Either way, there's a kid hurting his family. So, why?
Hey, it's kind of sounds intriguing. So I don't know. I'll give this one a go when it premieres. So anyway.
You've seen the little sneak stuff that's already came out, so I know if you say that, then the trailer should be good.
Anyway, also at that day, coming to Deers, and Amazon the next week, 2 weeks after its theatrical release, we got a movie called Annette, which the film tells the story of proactive stand-up comedian played by Adam Driver and his wife, a world-famous soprano singer played by Marion Cotillard. Their glamorous life takes an unexpected turn when their daughter Annette is born, a girl with a unique gift. This looks really intriguing. It's of course going to premiere at the Cannes Film Festival. It's directed by Leo Carax, who's a pretty cool director. What do you think of the sound of this, Kyle?
You had me intrigued when you said unique abilities. Like, that gives me a kind of fighting
Music
starter
guff.
vibe.
It's not a superhero thing. It's a music guff.
I know, but still, it's a unique ability.
Yeah.
So, still, like, what kind of ability is it? Even though it is musical, like, what kind of abilities is it? Is she gonna be able to control people? Or is it just like, is it gonna be something like that involving some sort of strange superpower, or is it just unique ability able to touch the soul and make people feel something different? Like, there's so many ways you can take unique abilities. It doesn't have to be superpowers. It can be just her able to influence people to be better than who they were. So when I hear that, it gets me intrigued.
All right, cause you're a gamer, right?
Come on, man, you see my channel.
Yeah. Well, as a gamer, I'm sure you're gonna love this this next film. Premiering August 13th. The new trailer, by the way, just dropped today. Premiering August 13th, we got Free Guy. You know, speaking of Ryan Reynolds.
Oh my god.
Now, Free Guy is about a bank teller named Guy who realized that he is a background character in an open world video game called Free City that will soon go offline.
Man. So is this just a gamer movie?
It had a couple of gamers folks in it, like Ninja's in this, Pokemani, Manny.
You're putting the man. I want you to know that.
Yeah, I know. But this looks pretty cool. I mean, it looks like a PG-13 version of Deadpool in a way. Ryan Reynolds is the man. I mean,
funny if Ryan Reynolds.
I remember like when the first trailer premiered for this thing before the pandemic ruined everything. I remember the first ever trailer for this premiered. In front of it, it said from the makers of Beauty and the Beast, Lion King, and Aladdin. You guys know Ryan Reynolds has something to do with that marketing. Because it's from Fox, and Disney, of course, bought Fox. So, you know, I love Ryan Reynolds. You know, not just not just in movies. Ryan Reynolds, like, if you want, like, look at his Twitter and stuff, the guy is just downright hilarious. I mean, I remember when Disney first bought Fox, because of course Deadpool is from Fox, and now they belong to Disney.
Yeah.
I remember this one picture that Ryan Reynolds posted up of him getting arrested and thrown out of Disney World. He said, "Well, looks like you can't blow up the high tower."
Oh my.
Yeah, I mean, Ryan Reynolds is just the man, and this definitely looks intriguing, so could be cool. All right. Also out on August 13th is the sequel to Don't Breathe.
I don't think I've heard of it.
Yeah, well, it's about the first film was about like these kids who ends up breaking into this blind old guy's house, but he does not need his eyes to know that there's people in there, so he pretty much.
Oh wait, then I have heard of it. The name's trying to think about. I think I've seen trailers of it.
Yeah. Just don't. If you watch the first film, you're not gonna want to look at Turkey Baster the same way.
Okay.
Yeah, Turkey Baster. Let me just put it that way. Anyway. Now, with the sequel of Don't Breathe, we of course got Slang himself, Stephen Lang, coming back. This time around, you got Stephen Lang's character who must use his military training to save a young orphan from a group of kidnappers. So so the first film they made him like the villain. This time he's more like the hero.
We've seen a lot of that.
Yeah, I mean, I love the first Don't Breathe. I remember when that thing first got released. It was from Evil Dead director Fede Alvarez. He did a good job with it. So looking forward to check out this new one coming.
It should be good. Yeah.
All right. Also coming out on August 13th, we've got the film Respect, which is of course a movie about the Queen of R&B herself, Aretha Franklin. You got Jennifer Hudson playing the role. R.I.P. Aretha Franklin, one of the most gifted voice talents there is.
Mm-hmm.
And this looks really intriguing. You got Marlon Wayans in this. You got Forest Whitaker. Looks perfect. I mean, definitely has, it's pretty cool hearing lots of Aretha Franklin's music in this, so it could be cool.
It should be amazing, honestly. Like I like a lot of their music, so yeah, like all the people you said, their music are really good music. So if they're going to have at least just one of their songs, it should be a good movie. Yeah.
All right, now also coming out that week, we got a movie titled, a film titled Coda, which, if you guys don't know what Coda stands for, Coda actually stands for Child of Deaf Adults. And here's what this is about. It takes place in Massachusetts, and about a culturally deaf family who runs a fishing business. Ruby, who is 17 years old and the only hearing family member, helps her deaf parents and brother with the business. In high school, she's also joined the choir, where she is attracted to her dual partner and finds passion for singing. This looks really intriguing. You got Marley Matlin in this. It looks definitely could be intriguing. It premiered at Sundance with some pretty good reviews, so maybe it'll be good. Who knows? What do you think of this, Sound House?
It sounds like I have to watch it to judge it. I honestly don't have an opinion. I don't know how to feel about it.
All right. Okay. All right. Doggy alert.
Alright, everybody. When you said dog alert, that means every parent out there who has a young child who watches Nick Jr. or Nickelodeon, get ready for this, because it hit Nickelodeon all over. They made several series of it. You're about to get this in the movie Tommy Say the Name.
All right, coming out that week, Paw Patrol the movie.
Yeah, you got the Nickelodeon hit Paw Patrol coming as a freaking movie. So you know Nickelodeon is going to be showing this on their channel.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not even joking. Last year they were actually trying to get Paw Patrol canceled. I'm not even joking about this because of everything that went on with the cops last year and whatnot.
Yeah.
So yeah, they were literally trying. They ended up canceling Cops. Loads of other cop-based shows, and Paw Patrol was one of them that they wanted to cancel.
But they couldn't because how popular it was. So many kids loved it. Taught kids some things. My daughter herself, she loves Paw Patrol. Like, Sky is her favorite character. I literally got her all the Sky toys. She got the Sky kite. She was Sky for Halloween. So when I say Paw Patrol is a very iconic TV show for children, I mean that show it's like a disease, it's a drug for some kids. Like I've seen some, I'm pretty sure I'm not the only person, but so many kids went nuts on YouTube. Like there's YouTube videos of kids going crazy for Paw Patrol. Like I said, parents, brace yourselves.
Yeah, and I have no idea what Kim Kardashian's doing in this movie, but anywho.
I know when this comes out, I'm gonna have no choice but to pre-order tickets and take my daughter.
Yeah, I mean, just think about it. We're gonna have Paw Patrol and Clifford the Big Red Dog in the same year. Cool.
Yeah, that's gonna be crazy.
All right. Also at that week, we got a movie called The Prestige. Now here's what this is about. All right, rescued as a child by the legendary assassin Moody, played by Samuel Jackson. I think that's a lot this year, actually.
Yeah, of course, he's a freaking assassin.
And trained in the family of business, Anna, played by the gorgeous actress Maggie Q, is the world's most skilled. Huh?
Of course, he had to put gorgeous with that.
Is the most skilled contract killer. But when Moody, the man who was like a father to her, taught her everything she knows and trusted about survival, is brutally killed. So don't expect Samuel Jackson to have a big promise in this. Anna vows revenge as she becomes entangled with the genetic killer played by Michael Keaton. who's attracted to her goes way beyond cat and mouse. So yeah, you got pretty much a Jackie Brown reunion with Michael Keaton and Sam Jackson. Cool. Pretty much you got Nick Fury and Batman together. So if you want to look at it that way.
Yeah, yeah, that's a way to look at it. I have a question. Who's the director for this one?
Oh, actually, the director who gave us the 2011 Green Lantern movie, matter of fact.
Oh, okay, okay. That explains it some more now.
All right. Also coming out that day, to Deer's NHB Max, we got a movie called Reminiscence, which stars Wolverine himself, Hugh Jackman,
Yeah.
about a scientist who discovers a way to relive your past and uses his technology to search for his long lost love, whilst a private investigator uncovers a conspiracy while helping his clients recover his memories. It looks intriguing. The trailer dropped not so long ago. So could be interesting. I mean, we got a Great Showman reunion with Hugh Jackman and Rebecca Ferguson. So cool.
I'm not gonna lie. It's kind of ironic having Wolverine himself, his actor, being in a movie like this. The fact that Wolverine was created by scientists. So it's kind of funny, but also kind of ironic.
All right. Also, out that week, we got a horror film called The Night House, about a widow who begins to uncover, who discovers her recently deceased husband's disturbing secrets. Really cool. Has Rebecca Hall in it, so it looks interesting, sounds cool, and I like the actor, so I'll give this one a go. What do you think about the sound of it?
The name sounds like it should be a horror movie.
It is a horror movie.
I mean, like a lot more, almost. I want to say more like Jason, like Chucky's like sneaking around, like killing a whole bunch of people type of movie. Not trying to discover that your husband is a killer. Like it should. It sounds like it should be more of a horror movie. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I think it's more of a psychological thriller than a straight up horror, but it could be cool, I guess.
That sounds interesting. I'll watch it with you.
Anyway, also at that week, coming to Netflix though, we got a movie called Sweet Girl, which stars Aquaman himself, Jason Momoa, who plays a guy who vows to bring justice to those responsible for his wife's death while protecting the only family he has left, his daughter. So it also stars Isabel Mercedes, who was of course seen in the Dora movie. This looks cool. I like Jason Momoa. What do you think of the sound of the cast?
It sounds like it has potential to be a good movie. Again, like I've been saying throughout this whole video, I might have to watch it to be able to judge it more. But from what you said, it sounds like it has potential to be a really good movie.
And I love Jason Momoa. I mean, from Game of Thrones to Aquaman, this man is just the best. So can't wait to check this out because he's in it.
Again, and now here comes a lot more hate in the comments for me. But I actually don't like the Hunger Games, everybody.
Hunger Games? I say Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones, whatever. I don't like Hunger Games and Game of Thrones. I don't like any of it. I don't know why I never got into it. I'm gonna get a lot of heat for it, but I don't like the Hunger Games. I don't like Game of Thrones. It just doesn't fit well for me.
All right, now we're pretty much almost finished here. Coming August 27th, we got one of my anticipated horror films of this year. That's if they don't delay it. We got Candyman.
Now, this is like anybody who's seen the original Candyman that came out, I want to say like in 1986. Am I correct or no?
1992 actually.
1992, when you were born.
Yep.
Like the first Candyman and the second Candyman, I like the original. Hopefully, this stays within that space of the original two. I hope we won't change too much. Obviously, they are, but I hope they keep a lot of it the same. I know a lot of people who've seen the original Candyman. If I'm correct, they actually should still have at least one of the first Candyman on Netflix. But Candyman was a really good movie back in the day. I hope and I have so much high hopes for this movie.
Man, bro, let me tell you, they are spoiling us with horror films this year. You know, we just had Spiral, we just had Quiet Place, Conjuring, we got The Purge, Halloween's coming out. We got Chucky series coming down the line.
Like I said, I'm a Conjuring fanatic, so the new Conjuring movie, The Devil Made Me Do It, I'm definitely watching that. Again, conversation for a different video, but still, I am.
Yeah, I mean, this year with horror is like they're pretty much making up for last year, so we'll put it that way.
I got Insidious The Last Key on DVD, so.
Anyway, for all you Beatles fans, we got a documentary called The Beatles Get Back, directed by Lord of the Rings director Peter Jackson, and it actually shows old footage of like the Beatles and all. It looks intriguing. You know, I love the Beatles. I like Peter Jackson, so could be cool.
I like playing the game, The Beatles, and everything. So I'm a fan of the music. I like playing the game more, being able to play the guitar, the drums, and all. So I will say I'm a Beatles fan.
All right, now of course, last but not least, coming out on August 27th, we got coming to Netflix. We got the movie He's All That.
Yeah.
Now, this is, of course, a remake of the classic 1999 Rachel Lee Cook, Freddie Prinze Jr. movie She's All That.
Yep.
Now, here's what the remake is about. It stars TikTok star Addison Rae. Yes, TikTok stars are becoming actors now. So for some reason, I don't know why, but you know
So
they're
don't be
popular.
surprised
So.
when we start seeing DJ Hunt or somebody like that in the movie.
Anyway, as I was saying, Addison Rae plays Patrick Sawyer, who accepts a challenge to turn the school's least popular boy, Cameron Qualler, played by Cobra Kai star Tanner Butcherchen, into prom king, attempting to avenge herself following a humiliating fallout with her boyfriend. So,
Interesting.
yeah, alright. I don't know if Addison Rae could act because obviously we've never seen her act before. This is going to be her first feature. So, I don't know. I'll give it a benefit of doubt. I love the first film. I mean, this movie actually has the original actress involved in this too, so.
Hey, there we go.
Do that.
I definitely have high hopes.
You know, for some reason, Kim Kardashian's sister, Khloe, Kourtney Kardashian, she's in this. Okay, cool, I guess. You know.
I'm sorry for laughing.
Yeah.
That brought tears to my eyes. I laughed so hard for some reason. That's hilarious.
But
this could be a good movie.
I don't know. Maybe it could work. I know Addison Rae is trying to get into singing business and acting nowadays, but you know, maybe we'll see. Like, I'm pretty sure we'll probably see more TikTok stars in the film business in the future. Don't be
DJ. Like, there's a lot of them, like DJ Hunts.
The Migos sisters, most likely. So.
Yeah. Who knows? We may even see some of the ones who do anime stuff on, like, that react to anime on an anime movie someday. I don't know.
Yeah, but
everything's getting all sorts of weird now.
Hey, this movie is from the same director of Mean Girls, so I'll give that a benefit of doubt. So it could be cool, I guess.
Again, like I've been saying throughout this entire video, it's something that we're all gonna have to watch to be able to judge.
Yeah. Now that's pretty much all the summer films coming out. I mean, obviously there are like Netflix is gonna hit us with some movies that we. I mean, I'm pretty sure maybe The Kissing Booth 3 could come out this summer. Could slip in there. I mean,
there's a lot.
Yeah.
Obviously
there's a lot that don't have release dates yet. But
again, when we do these, mainly my brother, because he does these on a daily, like when he does these type of videos, and when I'm with him, we mainly just name the ones that we feel that could be worth mentioning. Obviously, we know that there probably are other movies coming out there, series, TV shows, like Netflix, Hulu, Disney, all of them are still, Amazon, all of them are still going to be doing their own thing. It's just, these are the ones that we picked to talk about.
Yeah.
So just keep that in mind. when we do these videos, and these are videos that are for our own opinion, that we think that could be good, that we think that deserves the benefit of the doubt, or if we just don't like it and we think it's gonna be horrible. These are just our personal opinions. They're not meant to be taken personal. We, my brother mainly does it so that y'all can have an insight view. So when you go to watch it, you have something to at least expect, something to grasp upon. Right.
Yeah, I mean, bro, let's be real. This summer is packed with a lot of stuff. I mean, there are TV shows that sounds interesting as well. Come on,
I know there's a whole lot of anime that's going to be coming out on Funimation and everything that's going to be coming out, like new anime series are coming and everything. There's a whole lot to talk about. That's the basic, all in a nutshell. If we was to sit down and try to talk about all of them, we will be sitting here for about well over 5 hours.
Yeah, right now my video is going overboard, boy. One 120, 50, 4, 55. Dang, that's oh boy, that's like the longest video I ever made. Holy cow!
Yeah, we might have to edit a lot of this. We might not. But Tommy might decide just to leave it all in there and make this a very long video. If you like these type of long videos where we actually go more in depth about what we're talking about, leave it in the
Yeah,
comments.
and then in like August, me and Cos will come back and do like the 4 movie previews. You know, obviously we can't do that right now because they're still playing more 4 movies to get release dates. So yeah.
When my brother does this, he goes in depth with his research. Like, he won't do nothing until he knows for a fact that a date has been put in place and is a confirmed date. Like, there's been movies that he's talked to me about, of course, but the date keeps fluctuating. That's mainly because of COVID, sadly.
Oh yeah, big time.
But unless there's a settled date, you will not see it on my brother's
That's why I did not hardly do any movie previews like this last year because everything kept changing around. I had no idea if these movies are going to even come out that day. I'm like, oh boy.
It was difficult for him to make any kind of video for this to be able to react. Because we want to be kind of, this is a reacting series for my brother. He pretty much reacts to them. He tells you about him. He goes into good depth about them for all of y'all. So there's a little bit for you to understand, basically. If you like these longer videos from my brother and you want my brother to try to do more of this, leave it in the comments. Tell him, hey, yeah, we like longer videos. We like you getting more in depth. If you don't, that's cool too. Just leave it in the comments. Tell him a little bit shorter will mean a lot more to fight.
Yeah, man. I mean, of course, that line we're also gonna do I am of course if Lil Cos wants to join me, we'll be talking about like the TV shows down the line, but it's a little hard to talk about TV shows in advance because there are loads of TV shows get release dates like the last minute, so it's a little hard to do TV shows than it is to do movies now.
And honestly, me and my brother are two different people. I like comics and anime. My brother doesn't know too much anime and barely knows any comics. I can give you one hard good example. I bet you, Thomas, you did not know that the Green Mighty Morphin Power Ranger is back.
No.
And Tommy Oliver is not playing him anymore. It's a different kid and everything, and this all started, and I'm not going to say too much about it because I don't want to spoil it for a lot of people. I don't know if anybody's read the comic yet, but basically, the Rangers, all the basic Rangers as well as the White Ranger played as Tommy Oliver, was fighting against Lord Zed and Rita Repulsa, which was able to absorb a lot of the Rangers' powers and became the evil Rangers. Of course, Rita Repulsa was the evil Red Ranger, Goldar was the evil Yellow Ranger, and so forth. And to combat against that, this agency, and I'm going to say their name because I don't want to spoil too much, went to Lord Draken, which was the evil version of Tommy Oliver, said that he wanted a chance to redeem himself. But he did not come back as the Green Ranger. It was actually another kid from the same high school as all of them, and he takes off his helmet and everybody shows him, look, I'm not an alien, all that. But like I said, these are things that I know that I can guarantee my brother never even knew until now.
No, the animes I mostly grew up with was like Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, to be honest. Yeah. And